Welcome back, y'all. We're over here in location 2 tonight, a little garage that I threw up in like 2.5 days. I'm working on my stepdad's 1990 C1500 Chevy Silverado 2-wheel drive. It's got a 350 or 5.7. It's TBI engine. It's nothing special. It's been a workhorse. This truck, guys, has a god-awful amount of miles on it. It's over 300,000. It's in between 300 and 4. It's in between 300,000 and 400,000 miles. This old truck, it's wore out, but it has been a trooper. All right, guys, give me a second. I'm going to flip the phone around. I'm going to try to film most of what I'm doing. All I'm doing is replacing the temp sensor in the side of the cylinder head. Won't take but just a couple minutes. Or shouldn't take but just a couple minutes. I mean, every job's one fucked up bolt away from being a 24-hour process or a 6-month process. We all know that. All right, guys, I'm going to flip the camera around. There you go. The light was good enough. All right. Temp sensor is right here. Takes a 21 millimeter deep well socket is what I'm using to change it. Fits it really tight. Right here's the new one. Is it exactly the same? No, it all works the same. It's a little bit different. Let some bitch out here. I'm gonna try to hold my phone in one hand and reach that some bitch out there in the other hand. Now, guys, whenever yep. Woo-hoo. That's a predicament, isn't it? When replacing one of these, just so you know, you're gonna lose a little bit of coolant. It's gonna be all right. I actually have a drain pan under it. May or may not catch it. I'm not worried about it. That's why they make floor dry. We're not in the driveway. We're not in grass. We are on concrete. Woo! Like I said, you're going to lose some coolant. Didn't lose much though, did we? Woohoo! And that thread's back up in there. Gonna have a where I got to hook up. Don't know about all the other brands, but I know if you go down to O'Reilly's and you get like the standard ignition replacement parts, they generally have the thread sealer already on the threads, the standard ignition or the Master Pro. It's already in there. There's what's left of the plug on the old one. Still on there. Like I said, the sensors were just a little bit different, but primarily the same. Things hardly ever go bad. What happened to this one, guys, is thermostat stuck. And she overheated, and luckily the head gaskets and everything are okay, but it got really hot on us. Well, I say yes, it got really hot on me, and it was cold. I didn't want to walk, didn't have much choice. I wound up having to drive her down to the local parts house, which, yes, around here it is O'Reilly's. See, and that just sits right up on there. Now, we'll have to start her up and let it run for a couple minutes so I can top the fluid back off. Didn't lose much, but let's get in here. Yeah, it's got a different door on it. Like I said, guys, this is an old truck. It's been around for quite a while here. All right, got the dome light on. Try show you all the odometer here. Alright, y'all can't see that. I'm going to get my drop light here in a second, guys, but I'm going to fire this sucker up. Plus that'll also let me know that everything's working on the temperature gauge. Looks like it is rising. Better turn that radio off. Don't want to get in trouble for that. Alright, I'm going to turn. Get it in focus here. Alright guys, this thing on the odometer, and it does work. This truck is sitting at 375,909.4 miles. I told you that, like I said, it was in between 300,000 and 400,000. She pushing 400,000 miles. Alright, my temperature gauge is working. That's one of the things I was wanting to check here. It is working. So we're good there. Alright, gonna be back with y'all here in just a second. Alright guys, I've had this old truck running again for about 10-15 minutes. Run a little bit beforehand. I topped it off the fluids. I made sure it's not leaking. Give me a second, I'll turn the camera around. Alright guys, you can see it's not leaking. I am hearing some kind of a whine up here off the front of the engine. There y'all can see it, that's the exhaust, so that's straight carbon monoxide. I've got the tarp opened up right there on this side, and the exhaust dumps out on that side over there. I've got it opened up there, so I'm not just sitting in here, you know, with it running, choking down exhaust fumes, which I have been known to do. Not very smart, I can tell you. Topped it off with fluid. Hose feels alright. It's starting to get a little bit of pressure to it. And it's sitting here and the temperature's rising. So that tells me either that noise I heard is a water pump, or the either the water pump's going bad, which it is. I haven't put it is likely. I've never put a water pump on this truck. I've been helping my stepdad keep the maintenance up on this truck for the last 6 years. He's had this truck, I think, for a little over 10. We'd have to talk to him on that. Not real sure, but she is heating up. That gauge is almost pegged out, guys. And yeah, that gauge is just damn near pegged out. Step out here. It could have an air pocket in it. I don't know. I'm gonna shut the camera off and double check the coolant level. If it geysers out of the damn radiator, I don't want to ruin a phone. Worst thing it'll do is scald me, which I've been scalded before, so it doesn't matter. Alright guys, I'll be right back. Alright guys, I got the radiator cap off. Look, the water pump is circulating. That means the thermostat is open. That means the thermostat is open. The water pump is circulating like it should. Whenever I did open that cap, it did spit a little out at me. That's what all that is. No big deal. I'm a trained professional. Got them lifts right there on that radiator cap. Wouldn't hurt to replace how all that's designed right there. It's got steps and notches. You just watch it, pay attention to what you're doing. If you know what you're doing, and you will be fine. I do not currently have a thermometer to double check that temperature sensor. It's running hot, but it's not overheating. It's just running hot. Sometimes these things get an air pocket in there, and you gotta belch them, get all the air out of it, get them to do what it's supposed to do. I honestly think everything's gonna be all right for a little while. Let's check this temperature gauge. All right, guys, temperature gauge, it's over in the red. Seems to be fine. I've got the heater on. It's not blowing hot air, it's blowing warmish air. I mean, it's actually doing surprisingly well, I think. But the gauge shows that it's overheated. Nothing else seems to be affected. I mean, I just shut it off. And normally if one's overheating and the gauge is pegged out that far, then whenever you shut it off, they boil. I mean, yeah, this one did spit a little bit of coolant out. Oh, there it goes. It's still circulating. It's draining back around everything where it needs to go. Try to get that where you can see it there. I mean, I'll be quiet for a second. It's not bubbling or making any noise. I'm going to go ahead and top it off with coolant, back it out of the shop, and let my customer, which happens to be my stepdad, know that I got it fixed and it's acting fucking screwy. But he'll keep an eye on it. If we have to put a water pump on it, we'll put a water pump on it. I mean, that ain't no big deal. I mean, the easiest way to do a water pump on one of these is you got 1, 2, 3 10mm bolts right here. I got two 10mm bolts down there. You got 2 right there. You pull the upper fan shroud off. You take the fan off, which is 4 1/2-inch bolts. You pop that belt off right there, which a 15mm wrench on that tensioner right there is a good way to do that. And then there's 4 9/16 bolts, guys. I think last time I done one water pump on one of these trucks, guys, I think I done it in about 25 to 30 minutes. An hour tops. Water pump's no big deal. Like I said, I think it might be a water pump. It might be a faulty temperature gauge. I mean, yes, it is brand new out of the box, but guys, stuff happens. All right, I'm going to turn this around and talk. All right, guys, if you like this little video, I know it's probably going to be short. I kind of got a little windy there and talked a little bit where I didn't need to, just to try to get like 10 minutes out of it. But, all right, guys, if you like this, please like, share, and subscribe. All right, guys, we'll holler at you later. There's definitely going to be more coming up on this truck if y'all want to see it. All right, guys, thanks. Y'all have a good one.